Officials in Nova Scotia say a 13-year-old boy attacked by 3 dogs last weekend has died. According to police, large breed dogs descended on the teen while he was riding his bicycle past the property. Sarah Galashan is following the story for us. Sarah.
Yeah, so, well, I mean, the details we're getting are really coming from an RCMP press release that came out yesterday describing kind of what you just said here, which is that this was a 13-year-old boy. This was in Shelburne, Nova Scotia. It was around approximately 5:12 p.m. on Saturday, riding his bicycle past a property, the 100 block of Upper Sandy Cove Road. And that's when RCMP say that 3, what they're describing as large breed dogs, they're not being more specific than that, attacked the boy. The call came in. The boy was then airlifted to hospital in Halifax. And we have, of course, now since learned that this boy has died. The news has led to an outpouring of support, a statement coming from the municipality. I want to read you part of it. It says that the community is deeply heartbroken by the tragic loss of a 13-year-old boy following a fatal dog attack in our community on Saturday evening. And they offer condolences to family, friends, classmates grieving what they're calling an unimaginable loss. The boy's name has not yet been made public. We do know he was in grade 8 from that municipal statement. He was a student attending Shelburne Regional High School, and so he was on a Christmas break. That high school just resumed classes on Monday, enjoying that last weekend before class got started.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such a terrible tragedy, and of course, a lot of sensitivity here with a young teenager who's the victim, but still so little information about what's going on. Do we know anything about the investigation?
I mean, we know that it's ongoing. That's really all that RCMP have said. They have not, despite the breed, they have not said who the owner is. They have not, obviously identified the victim in this. They did say that before, in that initial press release that came out on Monday, that subsequent to the attack, the 3 dogs had been euthanized by a veterinarian. And they did confirm to CBC, we reached out to them today, saying that at this point there have been no charges laid.
Okay, Sarah, thank you very much. So not a lot of information, as you just heard, about this case, but it is so tragic. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, how could something like this happen? We have seen stories recently of attacks by dogs, one killing a child, another one attacking an adult. And so we wanted to explore a little further this issue of dangerous dogs. Barbara Lloyd joins us now. She is a dog behavior expert and trainer. So we don't know very much about what happened here. But a young teen riding by on a bike, killed by a pack of 3 dogs. Given your expertise with dogs, what's your reaction to that?
I think that it's really quite a tragedy. And I think that the fact that it was 3 dogs that did it adds some complexity to it. And but it really, really is a tragedy.
The breed or breeds of the dog have not been publicly disclosed. Does that matter?
I don't think it really matters. I think that what really matters is the severity of the attack. I mean, it does matter with respect to the size of the dogs, that bigger dogs are capable of doing more damage. But it's really relative because there have been reported cases of Pomeranians killing infants. So it's size relative to who they're attacking more than size relative to just size.
And 3 dogs, we hear the phrase pack mentality. Might that have factored into it?
It could have, absolutely, Ian. It could have factored into that. One of them could have led the charge. And then as the attack was proceeding, maybe if this poor child was screaming, that could have elicited kind of a prey drive in the other 2 and a kill factor. But again, I have to state, though, that this type of an attack is very, very rare. And I think that the decision to euthanize was the right one. But I do think that maybe it was the fact that it was complicated by the fact that there was 3 of them.
So I'm sure that people who are runners and cyclists and who have had encounters with dogs over the years must be thinking to themselves, how do I assess the danger of a dog who's running out off a property towards me? What would you say?
Yes. First of all, the joggers and the people on bikes are more of a target because they're not moving naturally and they are eliciting a certain type of prey drive in some dogs. But the things that you want to look for is, generally speaking, we always say in English, the bark is bigger than the bite. A lot of time that's very true. If the dog is barking, the dog is just saying, get away from me, I'm scared. It's when the dog is quiet and it's just advancing on you like your prey and it's the predator. That's a lot of the times and their mouth is closed and they have a very intense look about them. That's when you're in way more danger. If the tail is straight up, that is a sign that the dog isn't happy. If their chest is dropped and they're trying to make themselves look bigger. Sometimes if what we call their ruff, the fur all along the center of their back is up. Another sign is if their tail is flagging. Wagging is just a nice back and forth. Flagging is like this. And that can be very, very dangerous. Another thing is growling. Growling is very different from barking. So if a dog is growling, there's some kind of an intent there. So those are the signs that really we're looking for in the difference between a dog that's just scared and probably not going to do anything versus a dog that really has intent. A closed mouth and an intent stare and them coming straight to you, there's intention there.
We have less than a minute left. I know there's no perfect answer to this, but we've talked to experts about what to do if a bear is advancing on you, if a cougar is advancing on you. If a dog exhibits those kinds of signs, what should a person do?
What you need to do and what we recommend is be a tree. You just stand perfectly still and straight as you can. Don't make eye contact. Keep your arms just either at your side or folded in super, super tight. Keep your legs straight together and look to the ground, but do not make any eye contact and do not make any sound. Do not run.
Man, that I'm sure is good expert advice, but how difficult would that be to do? We really appreciate you speaking with us this evening, dog behavior expert and trainer, Barbara Lloyd. Thanks.
Thank you.